When 68-year-old Young-Suk Lee walked up to the bank counter with her husband's old bankbook. Her children were already calculating how to split the tens of millions in insurance money. But the words that came out of her mouth shattered all their expectations. The password? I don't know it. My husband never told me. From that moment on, their real faces began to emerge. If this story resonates with you, please like and subscribe. Now, let's begin Young-Suk's story. November 2024. Inside a small apartment on the outskirts of Seoul. Young-Suk carefully sorted through her late husband Young-Ho's belongings. Her partner of 45 years had passed away from a sudden heart attack 3 months earlier. The shock still lived in every corner of the house. His favorite newspaper lay untouched on the table. His worn work uniform still hung in the closet. She gently stroked the fabric. "Dear, this house feels too big without you." She opened the desk drawer. Inside were all the bankbooks her husband had neatly kept over the years. One by one, she flipped through them: household account, savings account, and then one old, faded bankbook. On the cover, in her husband's handwriting, was a faint 4-digit number. 8,803. What is this? The balance wasn't large, but she couldn't shake the feeling that the number meant something. Just then, the doorbell rang. Her eldest son Tae-ho and his wife Seo-jin stepped inside. A week after the funeral, the children began visiting unusually often, not to comfort their mother, but to ask about insurance documents. When the second daughter Ha-young and her husband Min-soo joined, the pressure grew. They sat around her, their voices soft but intentions sharp. "Mom, the insurance payout is huge. We should help you manage it. It's too much for an elderly person to handle alone. Just tell us the bank password." When she answered firmly, "I don't know it. And even if I did, I would manage it myself." The atmosphere instantly chilled. That night, from inside her room, Young-Suk overheard her children whispering, "She's lying. She must know the password. We need to get it from her somehow." Her heart broke in ways grief alone never could. Her daughter-in-law began visiting with fruit baskets and exaggerated kindness. "Mother, I'll cook for you. Mother, let me take you to the hospital. Mother, give me your bag, I'll hold it for you." But after returning from the restroom at the hospital, she noticed her bag slightly disturbed, bankbooks rearranged, wallet unfastened. Her suspicion hardened into certainty. She was searching for the password. Late at night, Young-Suk stared at the mysterious 4 digits again. She tried every date she could think of: birthdays, anniversaries, moving dates. None matched. Then she remembered something her husband once said: "My most precious secret is hidden in something you already know." She searched through his belongings until she found an old photo album. In the very back, written in his handwriting, "Remember 8,803. It was our happiest moment." But what moment, what place? The answer remained just out of reach. A few days later, her eldest son barged into the house. "Mom, stop lying. Tell us the password." How can a wife not know her husband's bank password? Are you planning to give the money to someone else? You could even get sued for hiding inheritance? Sued by her own child. That was the moment Young-Suk finally said, "Get out. Don't come back." A call came the next day. "Mrs. Lee? I'm attorney Dong-hoon Kim. I was your husband's old friend. He asked me to contact you only if your children began fighting over the money." He visited her home and handed her a sealed envelope, her name written in her husband's handwriting. Inside was a letter and a small key. In the letter, her husband wrote, "If you are reading this, it means our children have failed their test. 8,803 is the key. Attorney Kim will help you. You are not alone." The attorney added, "There's a place your husband visited often. Perhaps the answer is there." She remembered immediately the neighborhood photography studio. They visited the small photo studio her husband loved. The owner greeted her warmly. "Oh, Mrs. Lee, your husband left something here for you." He handed her a thick album labeled 1988-2024. On the first page, March 1988-8803. There they were, young, glowing, smiling under cherry blossoms, the year they bought their very first home. Behind the photo was taped a small safe deposit box, key, and the address of the bank where the box was stored. Her heart pounded. 8803 wasn't a password. It was a memory, their happiest one. Inside the vault was a legally notarized will, a USB drive. Her husband's will read, "All insurance money and assets go entirely to my wife, Lee Young-suk. If any child pressures, threatens, or manipulates their mother over money, they receive nothing. And then, live your life freely. I saved this money for you, not for anyone else." When she gathered her children at her home, they thought she would finally reveal the password. Instead, she played the video left on the USB. Her husband appeared on screen, calm, firm, and heartbreakingly sincere. He said, "You asked your grieving mother for passwords before offering her comfort. You watched her cry but still cared only about money. Because of this, you will inherit nothing." The room fell silent. Her son fell to his knees. "Mother, we were wrong. Please forgive us." But Young-suk stood strong. "Go. I will live my own life now." With the attorney's help, she received the full 5 billion won, approximately 50 million United States dollars. But to her, it was not wealth. It was her husband's last gift of love. She decided to fulfill his dream, opening a small cafe. She bought a small building outside Seoul. The cafe on the first floor. Her own living space on the second. She named it Cafe 8803. And decorated its walls with the photo memories of their life together. The cafe quickly became a beloved neighborhood spot, especially for seniors living alone. Every Wednesday afternoon, she hosted a free tea gathering for elderly neighbors, creating a warm community. "Thanks to you, we don't feel lonely anymore," one grandmother said. But Young-suk smiled softly. "No thanks to all of you, I don't feel lonely either." 6 months later, her eldest son visited the cafe, much thinner, humbled. "Mother, I'm sorry. Truly sorry. I lost myself. I forgot what mattered." She looked at him quietly. "I don't hate you, but I was disappointed." He nodded, tears in his eyes. "Can I still visit you sometimes? Not for money, just because you're my mother?" After a long silence, she answered, "Yes. Come anytime." 1 year later, Cafe 8803 became a beloved local haven. Every morning she opened its doors. Every night she returned upstairs, tired but peaceful. One spring afternoon, she gazed at the photo labeled 198803. "Now I understand what 8803 meant. You didn't leave me a password, you left me a reason to keep living." That evening, both of her children brought flowers to the cafe. No demands, no questions, only family. She closed the cafe late that night, opened the window upstairs, and let the spring breeze in. "Dear, I'm happy now, because of the gift you left me." And in her heart, she heard her husband's gentle answer, "Well done, my love. Now you are free." 8803 wasn't a code. It was a love story. A key to freedom. The beginning of her new life. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you more meaningful stories. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.